And so I just want to, anybody that's young or looking at a pivot, I want to tell you, fear, doubt, and pride never go away, but you can't overcome them. And when you step through those voices, here's what's so great. On the other side of that, each time you overcome fear, doubt, and pride, you are strengthened for the next time you confront them, and you can keep beating those nasty little boogers back.
We're back with Ken Coleman talking about how you could discover what kind of work you were meant to do. Ken's laid out a strategy to find your dream job in his book, From Paycheck to Purpose. Ken, how did you come up with the idea for this book, and what do you hope to accomplish with it?
Yeah, I was looking for a way to show people a transformational path. Whether it's in weight loss or in marriage or in parenting, you need a path forward. People will not choose to change if they cannot see steps to take. It just becomes debilitating and the fear is too much. So, and as I begin to give advice to people on how to not only discover the work you were created to do, but how do you get there and do it well, I began to just really map it out. So we came up with 7 stages. And the first thing is that these are all very simple. Number 1, you got to get clear. Like, who am I? What is my unique makeup? Because I was designed by the creator of the universe, the sun, the moon, the stars, and me. And what's my unique makeup? It's very, very different. And so we got to get clear. That's stage 1. Once we're clear, stage 2 is get qualified. That's the ticket to the dance. Stage 3 is get connected. While I'm getting qualified in stage 2, I ought to be in stage 3, getting connected. Relationships are everything. They are the advancement juice. It's like, if you want to know how you get somewhere, it's going to be through relationships. This idea of kicking doors over has been romanticized by Hollywood and motivational posters, but it's a bunch of garbage. Most of the time, the doors open for you through relationships. So that's stage 3, get connected. That gives us the opportunities. Stage 4 means I got to step through the door. Stage 5 is once I'm in. Stage 5, now I'm focused on climbing the ladder. That's get promoted. Stage 6 is eventually I will get promoted. I'll climb into that dream job. But are we done? Are we done there? Is it now a life of sitting in the backyard in the hammock with a glass of sun tea? No. Once I'm in that dream job, now I'm at the top of the mountain, but my view changes. I've been looking up the whole time as I climb, but now I'm on top of the mountain, and now I'm looking out, and my view expands. And so now we're talking, I'm working not for a paycheck anymore, but for legacy, to leave a mark. And so those are the 7 stages. And so I wrote that because I wanted people to see that, yes, it is difficult to climb a mountain. There's no question about that. But it is possible. And just like climbing Mount Everest, there's a strategy. You're going to encounter the storms of life. You're going to see the plan kind of change. The plans fail. You can still see the summit and you can still get there. But you got to have a path. You got to have a procedure. And so I felt like writing the book that I had never seen written before, honestly, a very practical, not just motivational gibberish, but a practical path to be who God created you to be. And I'm going to tell you something. I just don't believe that you can separate your relational purpose and your professional purpose. Because I know that if your personal life is a dumpster fire, it's going to affect you at work. And if your professional life is a dumpster fire, you're dragging that crap home with you. And so, you want to be on purpose as a spouse, you want to be on purpose as a parent, then it involves being on purpose as a professional, and vice versa.
So Ken, what do you say to the person who says, I'm miserable in my job, I feel like I'm just a number, I'm just one little cog in the great big machine, I want a job change, I want significance. What are they going to find is perhaps the biggest hurdle to shifting to a new profession?
Fear, doubt, and pride. A couple of the biggies in each of those categories because they're different. A lot of people think fear and doubt are the same thing. They're not. They're ugly cousins and they love to hang out together. But some of the big fears are the fear of the unknown. I think it's the greatest fear we as human beings face, the fear of the unknown. To give you a practical example, if you've ever been driving along in your car and an unbelievable rainstorm happens upon you, or if you've ever driven into dense fog, it's terrifying. You don't speed up. You pull over. You can't see past the hood of your car. It's terrifying. You've ever been in a cave and you can't see your hand in front of your face. That is debilitating fear, fear of the unknown. The other one is fear of failure. Fear of failure. The idea of how bad is it going to sting? How bad is it going to hurt? Another big fear is what I call fear of peers. And we can lump family into this. My goodness, we're so afraid of disapproval. And I understand that. But those 3 fears hold so many people back. Flip it, doubt again, is the cousin. So fear is I'm afraid of something happening. I'm afraid of this thing. I visualize it. I'm afraid that this bad thing will happen. Doubt is I don't think something can happen. Okay? And so doubt, well, if I start this side business, I'll never get it to a point where I can leave my dead-end job. Or if I go to get qualified for this, I don't have the chops to pass the qualification process. That's doubt. And so the doubt that I'm good enough, the doubt that I don't have enough time, the doubt that I don't have enough money. Those are some big doubts. And then pride is another interesting, sinister little cousin of these two. And pride presents itself in the fact of, I don't want anybody to see me fail. What will people think? And I dealt with this one. Successful business guy headed towards politics. And I'm going to tell everybody I know that I'm 32 and I've got a revelation that I want to go into broadcasting. I was terrified of telling people that, Kirk, because I thought people are going to think, you're delusional, Coleman. You got bad pizza, man. Let it get through your system and you're going to be okay. And pride rears its ugly head like that. Pride also holds us back by saying, don't ask for help. No one wants to help you. Don't be that needy person who asks somebody for help. So that's kind of a quick run through of, you need to be aware that these enemies are never going away. Now, I write about it extensively in the book, From Paycheck to Purpose. We tell you how to put those voices on trial, if you will, and figure out, is fear and doubt, is it protecting me or is it holding me back? But you need to know that while you can overcome those enemies, Kirk, you will never replace them. It is Pollyanna thinking. And so I just want to, anybody that's young or looking at a pivot, I want to tell you, fear, doubt, and pride never go away, but you can't overcome them. And when you step through those voices, here's what's so great. On the other side of that, each time you overcome fear, doubt, and pride, you are strengthened for the next time you confront them, and you can keep beating those nasty little boogers back.
Ken, I also love how you talk about the big difference between networking and connecting. About a cheap transactional sucking value off other people, which nobody really wants to be that guy, but sometimes you feel like it's a necessary evil, versus connecting, where you're around the right kind of people and the right kind of opportunities just present themselves.
The difference between connecting and networking is very simple. In connecting, I am always with a posture. I'm presenting myself as a person who wants to learn, not a person who wants to get. There's a big difference. See, if I'm a human sponge, that's attractive. People find that attractive. You know, hey, I'm not here for Kirk to connect me or hook me up with an opportunity. I'm hanging around Kurt, and while I'm hanging around, I'm asking him questions, man. I'm asking him about the craft. I'm asking him about what the hard parts of the day are. What do you love most about it? What are the big challenges? What advice would you give somebody like me? So when we connect, we want to take on the posture of the sponge, or just be a student. You know, be a student and ask for knowledge, ask for wisdom. And here's what I have found, Kurt, you won't have to ask for a connection. They'll willingly connect you. If I lead with I'm asking for knowledge and I'm asking for wisdom, by the way, those are two different things. Knowledge is give me some tactical facts. Wisdom is I'm presenting a situation and I'd like your take on what you think would be a wise choice. Wisdom and knowledge, seek them with everything you have with people that matter. And here's what you're going to find. You are very attractive to them because they want to pour into people. Successful people with a good heart, this is what I found, they're always saying, come on in, the water's nice. They're not going to be jerks. And you just got to have the courage to act like a student. And what you'll find is they will open up doors for you many times when you don't even ask. And when you do ask, you're asking after you have already added value to them. Watch this, by making them feel valuable. You know, I got to mention this really quick, Kirk, because I get this from a lot of young people, 20-somethings. So if I meet them out on the road or they're calling the show, they go, Ken, I understand what you talk about. You talk about the proximity principle and connecting, blah, 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 blah. But I don't have anything to offer. And I always go, yes, you do. Because I don't care how famous, how powerful, how rich somebody is. The way to make them feel valuable is to show them that they have value to you. And all of a sudden they go, hey, this kid wants to learn from me. And don't we all love to share our advice? I mean, it's a pretty easy way to get in with somebody. Hey, I'd like your take on this. Everybody kind of wants to give their advice. It's kind of the greatest compliment.
This is fascinating. I can't wait for people to get your book. People who are looking to find their right job, people who are looking to make a job change, bring meaning and significance into their work. And I know it's going to help them Thanks for sharing all of this with us. I'm sure so many people are going to be reevaluating their work, taking these steps to get where they were meant to be. Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron, and thanks for watching the Kirk Cameron on TBN YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. A couple of things. Please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so that you're notified every time a new video is posted. And be sure to share your takeaway in the comments and invite a friend to join the conversation.